everyone, it's your girl, Wonder Girl from the other side of this world. Welcome to her vlogs today. So last week I asked you guys what type of video you wanted to see, and a lot of you said you want to see my Taco Bell experience. So here is Taco Bell experience. Most of y'all already know that I started working for Taco Bell back in 2018 and I quit in the mid-month of 2020, okay? So when I started off, I was called for an interview, but I had to keep on bothering them, saying, hey, what's up with my resume, can you give me updates? Now, that's very important, okay? Now, eventually I was called for an interview, she said everything, and then right then and there she gave me the uniform. Okay, I'm like, cool, yeah, and then she was like, okay, yeah, you're hired. So the thing is, I was hired on the spot. That's just because I had the whole KFC experience in me already. So I was given the uniform and I was excited about my first day. So I left, all happy and stuff, and when the next morning, I got dressed, and this was the uniform, okay? And then I came into this, I didn't say good morning to anyone. Hey, it was 11 in the morning, okay? So, anyways, I got started, and I asked the manager, okay, where am I gonna be? And you know what this lady tells me? Yeah, you're gonna be in the drive-thru. Wait, what? Ma'am, excuse me, did you not hear that I never worked for Taco Bell? Apparently not. So she put me on the drive-thru, and I had another coworker helping me out because obviously I don't know anything about this register. I don't know even the R of it. So she was, doing the navigation, doing the whole drive-thru. Now I know the headset, okay, just the register I did not know. So I was just, leaning over. Anytime she would be taking the orders and just watching, what she doing and whatnot. And she put me in the front counter. She eventually shifted me to the front counter. I'm like, you should have done that in the first place, you idiot. So then, I went home and my mom was like, how was it? I'm like, there wasn't really much I could say. So then the next day came along and I come in. What does this lady tell me? Do you know what she tells me? She tells me that, oh, I'm sorry. You know how you couldn't run the drive-thru yesterday? So you're not on the schedule today. Like, the nerve. And she said that with a smile on her face. I'm like, how are you smiling? Telling me that you took me off the schedule. For, the dumbest reason possible. And I came back home crying. Because it's I need the job, So I went home and my mom, obviously, she was asking, hey, why are you so home so early? You're supposed to be home by 5. So I told her that my new manager took me off of the schedule just because I didn't know how to run the drive-thru register. When I came in, the nerve of this lady, y'all. She was like, yeah, so your mom called yesterday, but you're old enough. Now, mind you, I was just 20 years old, okay? She is like, oh, but your mom doesn't have to speak for you, right? But you're an adult, so she doesn't have to speak for you. Shut the hell up, lady. My mom can speak for me whenever she has to. She's my parent. That's what parents do. And she was like, oh, but you're old enough. And I'm like, just shut your face, mate. Just shut your face. And in our culture, it's completely different. Okay? So, anyways, I went by through that day, I talked to some other coworkers too, and most of them were actually pretty nice, to be honest, all the coworkers that I had. There are only a few of them that were like, nah, I don't want to work with you. But it's like you don't have a choice, you know. There were these two people I did not like working with. One was a colleague of mine, and another was another manager. Surprise, another manager. The manager would tell me to do stuff every 5 minutes. Now, mind you, I learned the register within 4 days, you know, just scanning it every single day. And this lady had the nerve to tell me every 5 minutes to be cleaning the dining room, sweeping, mopping, clean the bathroom, restock. Like, excuse me, I don't need a recorder in my brain. Like, I don't need to hear you 24/7. And honestly, my other colleague, my other coworker, she acted as if she was another manager, even though she was clearly an employee, just like moi. And she would tell me to do stuff, and it's like, you ain't the manager, you know. And even though when the manager tell me something to do, you know, it's like, hey, can you do this? It's like, okay, I heard you, you know. And the nerve of this girl, she would be like literally telling me like, hey, did you hear her? And I'm just like, wait, what? Who allowed you to talk in the middle? Who allowed you to talk in the middle? And eventually I spoke up, okay? After like 2-3 months of this happening, when I got super annoyed, when she talked in the middle, and I'm like, hi, hello, I'm talking to the manager. Why are you talking in the middle? You can keep your mouth shut and leave yourself out this business. Now, here's the thing. You can see my colleague, coworker, and my other manager. You can just see them as Mario and Luigi at this point, okay? And there were so many times when, guys, I asked for a break, and I never got one. Like, everyone else getting their breaks except me. Like, what? I mean, this is the whole same thing that I dealt with in KFC, just more extreme, yeah? So, what did I do? I went to the corporate mate. Yep, I went to the head boss. And I kid you not, they responded. I emailed them, basically. And they responded within 24 hours. And they spoke to that manager. Because when I walked in the next day, it was like she seen a ghost. Like, when I walked in, she was like, oh, yeah, good morning. That tone of voice. And I'm like, huh. What happened to you? And then all the coworkers tell me, oh, you complained to the corporate? I'm like, well, someone has to, you know? Well, after that, she started giving me a break. But at this point, it's like, why did I need to complain about you? Like, the only reason she would not give me a break is because there were too many cars in the line. Or they're trying to get their time green. Like, I don't give a damn about your time. It can go red if all I care. Yes, we have a timer in the drive-thru. So, I'm like, I need my fuel. Thank you. So, guys, now back to those other, you know, Mario and Luigi, yeah? I swear to God, they were like just two devils in one place. Because, like, they were so annoying, you know? And the thing is, now here's the thing. I don't speak Spanish, guys, but I can fully understand it, okay? So when they're talking behind my back, I swear to God, they thought that she doesn't know Spanish. You can say whatever. Like, I'm like, huh, yeah, you can keep yapping. So now, there was a time, you know, when my, you know, hiring manager and them, they were cracking jokes, yeah. And I eventually started laughing. And they're like, wait, so she understands Spanish? And I'm like, yeah, I understand Spanish. Oh, the look on their face. It was so cool. Like, the look on their faces. They're like, wait, she knew Spanish this whole time? I'm like, yeah, I just don't speak it, hon. That doesn't mean I don't understand it, you know. I did not take 3 years of Spanish for no reason. And that was amazing, just to see the look on their faces, the look of shock that what? It came to the point where they started cutting my hours. And I'm talking about way before COVID even existed, okay? They started cutting my hours just because they did not have enough customers. Like, why are you cutting my hours for someone who only works on the weekend? It doesn't make sense to me, yeah? So I got mad at that, and guess what? And then those two little evil devils decided to complain, saying that, oh, she's rude, she doesn't listen. Like, mate, I don't have to listen to you. There's something called respect, RESPCT, which you're not giving it to me. So in return, you don't get it either. So what did I do? Yeah, I just quit. No notification, no nothing. Just quit. Bye. Doodles. They tried calling me eventually later on, but then I never answered any of the calls. Like, get lost, mate. Yo, guys, so that's the end of this Taco Bell experience. It was a roller coaster, okay? I was the one who always did extra work. Like, I would come in when I'm not working, the day I'm not working, I would be called in just for the busy hour or to put up them posters, on their window and crap like that. And like changing their signs on the drive-thru. Like, and cleaning the parking lot was another thing that no other coworker did. Cleaning the windows. Yeah, I did all the extra stuff, but they treated me like crap. And if you are working at Taco Bell, hopefully it's a better experience than I did. Wonder Girl is signing off today because she doesn't know what else to say. And have a beautiful day, wonderful day, wherever you guys are. And again, thank you for the love and support. And peace out, Wonder.